Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In it, I will show you how to render an RDLC report in a UWP application. An RDLC report is an XML-based file that contains the report layout, parameters, and other report-related information. The main difference between RDLC and RDL reports is that RDLC reports are designed to retrieve data from applications. RDL reports, on the other hand, retrieve data by processing reports through a report viewer. You need to set 3 items to render an RDLC report in the UWP report viewer. Processing mode. This API specifies whether to process reports in local or remote mode. Reports will be processed as RDL if the processing mode is set to remote, and RDLC if it is set to local. Report stream. This API is used to set the stream of the report that is going to be rendered in the UWP report viewer. Data sources. These are used to assign the required data to the report. Next, I'll show you how to create the UWP application. Open Visual Studio 2022 and click Create a new project. Select Blank App, Universal Windows from the listed templates and click Next. I named my application UWP RDLC Report Viewer. Click the Create button. The new Windows project dialog will be displayed. Make sure the minimum version field is selected as Windows 10 version 1803, 10.0, build 17134. And then click OK. The UWP desktop application is created. Next, we need to install the required NuGet packages. In the Solution Explorer tab, right-click the project and choose Manage NuGet Packages. In the Browse tab, search for the boldreports.uwp package and install it in the UWP application. The boldreports.uwp package contains the UWP report viewer control. Next, let's initialize the report viewer control. Open the main page.xaml file and declare the report viewer namespace in the page tag. Create the report viewer component inside the grid tag. Next, create a folder named Resources in the root folder of the application. This is where we will keep the RDLC reports. For this video, I am going to add the product-list.rdlc file to the Resources folder. You will find the product-list.rdlc file link in the video description. Next, we need to change some properties for the added report. I open the Properties panel. Under the Advanced section, I change the build action value to embedded resource and the copy to output property value to copy if newer. I create a class file named product-list.cs in the application root folder. In the product-list.cs file, I add the necessary using statement. I copy the code from the documentation and paste it inside the product list class. Now, let's render the RDLC report in the UWP application. Open the main page.xaml.cs file. Initialize the main page loaded method inside the main page constructor and create a method for the main page loaded method inside the main page class. In the main page loaded method, set the value for processing mode to local. Next, we need to create an assembly variable and then load the report as a stream. UWP RDLC Report Viewer is the name of the application. Then, assign the stream value to the report viewer.loadReport. Add the data value collection to the data source value. The name is case sensitive, and it should be the same as the data source name in the report definition. The value accepts iList, dataset, and data table inputs. Invoke the refresh report method to process and render the current report. Next, we need to register the license token to remove the license validation message. In this demo, I am going to use the online license token. License tokens can be generated in the subscription section of the Bold Reports accounts page. I open the app.xaml.cs file and enter the code snippet to register the license token. I have provided the link to a video on how to do this in this video's description. Save the file. Now, everything is set to render the RDLC report from the UWP application. Build and run the application. See, the report is loaded in the browser. In this video, we saw how to create a UWP application and how to declare the variables to bind the data source to render a report. I have provided a documentation link in the description below with the steps that we followed in this video. I have also provided a link to our article on enabling image rendering with the report viewer on Linux and other non-Windows platforms for your reference. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.